shimmy straight, dog.
You're far too chill to be walking around. Your heart beats so low that it's underground.
Okay.
Your vision's 8 bits, your brain's saturated. But I'm afraid it's far too late.
Tell me.
You've got low vibe. Hey doctor, can you check my temperature real quick? Low vibe.
You're a million degrees, but you're still cool as shit. Can you dig it? Dig it.
Low vibe. I've been flying too fast, a little too close to the sun. But now I'm ready for a slow flight in low vibe.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. We got a special guest today, Edwin Buzz Acevedo, Drawing Aces Comics Group. This is his 7th book that he's putting out. Awesome anthology. Link is in the description below. Make sure you check that out. It's live on Kickstarter. We're gonna go ahead and bring him in. We're gonna pick his brain, see how he put this project together. You get 6 stories, 1 book. It sounds awesome, and he's building his own universe, and I think it's really cool. Let's go ahead and let's bring the man of the hour out. Buzz, what is up, my dude? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was like, I heard like a lot of long pause there. I was like, are we? That's my connection. You know, my connection with Xfinity is terrible. Usually,
no.
So, yeah, it's like
Okay.
any live streams. Usually, why I'm off camera a lot of the time. It's just
Okay.
because like the less I have going on in my Chromebook, the better. So,
That's understandable.
yeah,
That's
so
understandable.
we'll see. Hopefully, it goes good.
So I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and bring this thing up so we could talk about it.
Yeah,
And I was I right? This is your 7th, right?
yeah. My 7th crowdfunder.
Cool. Do you want to run us through so what was the first in order, like how, and then what did you kind of learn from each one as you went along?
Sure. So my first ever crowdfund was the Ace Volume 1. I launched it in Indiegogo around 2020-ish, and I was really, that was like a labor of love. I worked on that for like a year and a half before, we got everything set up, and it was a great learning curve. I leaned on a lot of the guys from the hard line. I leaned on Ibai, who was the artist. Steve Dye helped. He was a bit of an editor doing the first part of like the book. So yeah, just kind of learning curve, how to get stuff in the proper format for scripts, how to work with artists and kind of get the best out of them, how to promote and get on live streams and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just a big learning curve there. But we launched Ace Volume 2 and 3 also on Indiegogo. Then we've also tried some other different markets. We tried PayPal with the first Bloodbone ashcan, kind of an exclusive. And then we did a couple of Fund My projects. We did the second Bloodbone ashcan with the Shelby cover. And then we also did Raider the White Leopard on there. So now, it's time to kind of come to Kickstarter and start testing the waters over here.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good philosophy. Try everything.
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself to one platform, because I feel like different platforms get different audience, and whether we like it or not, I feel like Kickstarter is probably the biggest in terms of crowdfunding site, because Kickstarter is like the Coca-Cola of crowdfunding. If you say something, you can say Indiegogo, you can say Fund My Comic, you can say some of these other things, and nothing against those sites, but sometimes it's like you talk to a common person and they're just like, what are you talking about? Oh, it's like Kickstarter. Oh, okay. Then they get it. Then they understand.
Yeah.
So now anything for this being an exclusive on Kickstarter? Are we going to go to other stuff, take this project to other stuff in the future and things like that? Or are we just kind of going to ride Kickstarter and see how that works?
I would like to get this across other formats, but Kickstarter is like the testing ground to kind of see where everything goes. And definitely the How cover, we're offering that in two formats. They're both virgin covers.
Okay.
So you kind of let the art speak for itself, which is the first time I'm doing any kind of variants or anything. Usually mine are pretty standard. It's just the one cover with the logo. So I'm trying to do something different here. And, obviously there's going to be certain elements and stuff that's going to be only Kickstarter exclusive. So any other printings I do will have some different kind of insider stuff.
Yeah, this is looking great. And I think I feel like if something like this is a great opportunity. You have some nice books under your belt now. And I feel like this is a great way to be like, hey, look at these characters that I've done. This is my 7th book. I haven't had any issues, like fulfilling. You can rely on me.
Mhm.
Let's start exposing people to some of the other stuff that you did, and kind of start bringing people in, and so they can get familiar with your characters, and maybe check out some of the things that they missed because maybe they just didn't know about it at the time.
Yeah. So I think it's a great kind of introduction to, if you've never, maybe you've seen a couple of my books, you just haven't, had the time to really look into them or anything. Like this is the opportunity. You can kind of get caught up and see it's kind of like a low level kind of entry that you can just come on. So the most affordable book I've done, in this format. So, I think you got 5 amazing artists that are all doing like great job on this.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna play the trailer. Is that cool if we play the trailer on that for you?
Yeah.
Let's go for it, man. And let me know if you can hear that stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let me make that. Yeah, let's make that big. Too many tabs open. Let's make that big here. And I'm gonna see if I can just do. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna start that over. Is the volume okay? Or should I turn it down a little bit?
Volume's good, yeah.
Okay. Oh man, that was great. Let's minimize that. That was a great trailer, man.
No, thank you. Shout out to Good Stuff for putting it together.
Oh, cool. I know sometimes it's the hardest part is trying to get a decent trailer. But I like the music. I like the little flourishes that were in there and stuff. And it was just enough. It wasn't too crazy. Sometimes people go too crazy and stuff.
I've done longer videos, and it's just like sitting there for like 2.5 minutes while the trailer plays is the worst thing ever. Like I ended up seeing, I think it was like the Ace 2 trailer so many times. I got sick of it. I'm like, I gotta do like a minute 30 tops. Like I can't just have this trailer going on forever. It's like, it drives you nuts. But
I remember when Odin Dasko was launching Unconditional Shove, and his like trailer was like, it was great, but it was kind of long. But then after a while, you just got used to it, and then it's like, and then he fulfilled the book, and the book was done. It's like I'm not used to starting the show without Odin's voice and his trailer. Sometimes you get used to that stuff. Let's go through some of these characters here, man.
Yeah, so right there is the awesome cover by Hal Comics, Alan Alonso. Right in the middle there, the guy in the armor is Ace. To the right of him is the guy with the cape and the glasses is Xavier, a new character I'm introducing in this anthology.
Cool.
To his left is Arik, one of the lead Viking from Raid of the White Leopard. And below them is Bloodbone right there, the giant guy with blood all over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is kind of the main showcase guys right there.
Cool, cool, cool. Now, are there going to be actually? You said there. How many stories are in the book?
There's 6 stories.
There's 6 stories. Are any of these guys repeating, or are there 6 different heroes, or 6 different? Or do you not
Uh,
want to give that away?
yeah, no, they're all different universes. Each one takes place in their own separate universe. So this is kind of like one of the rare opportunities where I can kind of put all of them together.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool. That's cool. Will you ever do any crossovers? You think?
yeah, I think so, but I just kind of want to build up each kind of brand first. But I do have some ideas of what I like to do if I did kind of bring some of these together. I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
Especially like Ace, I think Ace and Bloodbone would be really interesting together.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. So, what's the story with Ace? If you could give us a quick background, because I feel
Yeah.
like he's like your first guy, and I feel like he's he's kind of the flagship character of the Drawing Aces group and stuff.
Yeah, I put out 3 books of Ace, just fulfilled volume 3 a couple of months ago. So thank you to everybody who backed that one. So yeah, Ace is the story of a young man who's looking for purpose, and one day he discovers the remains of a shooting star, and what he finds in the wreckage grants him the ability to transform into an armored super being. And now he's the most sought after object in the entire universe, as aliens from all across the galaxy try and track him down. So now, yeah, so it's been a lot of fun creating this world. I thought volume 3 was by far the best one yet. Really ended up being a fun kind of team up book. And now we're kind of setting up for volume 4. It kind of brings the first kind of like little chapter to an end.
Okay.
So it's gonna be fun. Go give out some answers, ask more questions, all that fun stuff.
Cool. Now, how are you ever going to do like a collected volume of Ace?
Yeah, I want to grab once I finish the first 4.
Mm.
I'll do a collected edition. I also have a bunch of fan art and different stuff that I would love to kind of put in there and just have people like. There's like sketches. There was actually there was an artist who was supposed to draw Ace before Canales, but he had to drop out because of family issues. I think he did like the first 2 or 3 pages. Yeah, so a whole different art style. So it'd be cool to just get all this extra Ace stuff that I have into like this one big kind of volume. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to say hey to the chat. We got K-pop in here. Thanks for
K-pop, what
tuning in,
up?
K-pop. K-pop is great. She does her own. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to her, I'm sure the people watching probably already have. She has a great channel, always promoting stuff. She's doing the best stuff for indie comics.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. Sim's a great artist, man.
What
Does a
up,
lot
Sim?
of there's a lot of cool stuff, man. So make sure you go check him out, especially on YouTube. I think he does draw streams and stuff.
Yeah, he does Doodle and Chill. He was drawing up some Bloodbone. I need you to finish that, Sim. He got like halfway done with it. I'm like, come on, you gotta finish that off, Sim.
And then we got Jason Bascom,
What up, Jason?
Unhinged. What's up, man? If make sure you check out him and Death Metal Hero show every Tuesday.
Yeah,
Topic list. That's a good show.
The
Man.
Tuesday crew right there, man.
Yeah, good times. And then you want to tell us about Xavier is your new character, right? With the goggles there to the left.
Yeah. So Xavier's a story I've kind of had in my head scrambling since I was like graduating high school. It's part of like a big kind of I consider it kind of like my take on something like Watchmen. It's kind of this one big epic story, and I just decided to kind of do a little start to it. The first 5 pages of how the book opens, and you kind of see basically the pitch is Xavier is the world's greatest hero. He's basically in a Superman analog, and he ends up losing his fiance, so he ends up leaving Earth for quite a amount of time. And when he returns, he's just circling the skies as always, and he sees this young girl who needs help. She's being attacked by this gang of thugs, and Xavier steps in and saves her. And after he ends up saving the day, he realizes that she's an exact doppelganger of his former fiance. It leads him down a road of a lot of questions, and leads him to reaching out to his old buddies who were like in their own kind of version of the Justice League. And we kind of take the story from there and see how it all unfolds.
Cool. Is he fighting vampires? Is he going to fight vampires here?
No, these are kind of cannibals.
Oh, okay. I see they had like fangs, so that's cool though, dude. That's even better, dude. Cannibals.
Since he's been gone, let's just say things took a turn.
That makes
So
sense.
so it's interesting to kind of bring him back after all these years, and then he kind of has to get caught up with all his friends and everything that's happened. So
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I like that premise. It sounds pretty cool.
yeah, thank you.
That's cool. And then let's go. Let me scroll back up here. Let's talk about Bloodbone for a bit.
Yeah, so Bloodbone's about a vigilante who ends up becoming the city's protector. Basically, there's this evil corporation that has taken over what was once like a beautiful metropolis like city, which Bloodbone grew up on. And he goes away after college and then kind of figures some stuff out. When he comes back, he finds that the city isn't what it was, and he finds out that this corporation has been kind of using it for its own means. And so Bloodbone decides to become a vigilante and start cleaning up the city because the cops are no help. They're basically bought off. There's no one he can really go to. So, but he earned a lot of different skills in the time he was away. So it's very much kind of inspired by Arrow, the first kind of season or two.
Okay.
The idea of Oliver coming back from the island and cleaning up his city. So it's very kind of much that, he's basically very driven to kind of fix all the problems he sees with the city, and he wants to take care of all these bad guys. And the kind of cool thing about this is, you don't really have to worry about Bloodbone kind of breaking people and smashing them into pieces, because basically everybody he deals with is like scumbags. So, this corporation hires only the worst of the worst. So it's kind of like fun. You can just kind of unleash Bloodbone into like all these bad guys, and you don't have to feel guilty about it. So
yeah, that's cool. Even like this guy looks more. He's not human, from what I'm guessing.
He's like this guy's a serial killer. He's been stalking women at night, and then Bloodbone, obviously, he's the city's protector. And you see that shot there. He's coming like Batman,
that's a good one.
like Batman swinging down on a villain. So a fun little moment to do there and see Bloodbone kind of dealing with the public for the first time. And see what they make of him. So it's just a fun little 4-page short story, art by Maxi Dallo. And you see Bloodbone. It takes place right after the first Bloodbone ashcan.
Oh, cool.
It'll be a lead up to like the first full issue of Bloodbone.
Nice.
Comes out.
Nice. Now, we got any catch up tiers available for any of these ashcans and stuff, or are they just kind of they were exclusive?
I did offer a new printing of the Bloodbone ashcan, so you can get as you see right there. You can get
heck yeah, dude.
The line art version of and this is like what the actual ashcan looks like right here.
Oh yeah, dude. Here, make it big real quick.
Yeah, so this is the line art cover, and then that awesome Donald DeLay art.
Yeah, dude, I love Donald's stuff. It's great.
Like I said, Donald was built to like draw Bloodbone.
Yeah,
he literally he went crazy on it. So yeah, we're offering these again for anybody who missed out.
Heck yeah, dude, that's cool as hell. Let's scroll down a bit here. Premise of Raid of the White Leopard, because what I kind of like is you from what I've seen, you kind of you have these ideas and you let the artists kind of do their thing. Like this Raid of the White Leopard looks totally different than the other stuff, which is cool. Yeah,
I try to pick each guy to fit its own tone. Like all of these books are different. They have different themes and takes place in different locations. So like Avery, I thought was the perfect guy to bring Raid of the White Leopard to life. Yeah, it's a story about a band of Viking raiders who on a way home end up, getting caught up in this massive storm that shipwrecks them on a mysterious island. They kind of have to deal with the island's inhabitants, and fun ensues. So yeah, this is the first 7 pages that were originally put out through Alterna. I think it works as a great hook. This is something that I've shared with people who don't even read comics. Like I've printed out little ashcan versions of this and given it to people just to get their thoughts on like, what do you think of this? And they all dig it. They all think like, oh, this should be like a Netflix show or something,
Oh yeah.
I just think it kind of grabs you at the last page is a nice little cliffhanger. So you kind of go, ooh, and then it kind of leads into the first kind of full issue. So yeah, this is basically like a teaser kind of introduction to the story. You're dealing with these Vikings and Ulrich right there at the bottom. He's somebody who's basically believes, it's kind of like the stereotypical Viking. He believes in the gods, but in kind of this world, he's one of like the few true believers. So so to say, because everybody says they believe in the gods, but he actually does, and he almost has like a spiritual connection to them. So
Mhm.
that's why we kind of decided to focus on like him. But you'll see some of the other Vikings there too. They'll get some shine through the story.
Yeah, I like that. I like this the black and white texture that they got with these. And it's the whole book. The whole book is black and white, right?
Yeah, the zipatone and all that kind of stuff. Avery really brings it to life
It
in
does.
an amazing way. Like I guess I think it's the best thing I've done, just for like an objectively
Mhm.
speaking. Like it's the thing that's gotten the most kind of like best kind of reviews, or just kind of the most kind of like, ooh, I like that. So it's a really fun story, and I kind of want to get it in more people's eyes. I think the first book kind of went under the radar,
Yeah.
so I just kind of want to bring this and get it in more people's eyes.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to get a taste test of all the different stuff that you're
Mhm.
working on. Yeah, I think this is great. I think uh, maybe more creators should do this, especially if you put out more than one type of book, is to kind of collect them and then put them out for them, because you're kind of giving something for everybody in here.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know. Well, tell us about this Blue Blaze. Is this another? This is one of the other stories.
Blue Blaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the fifth story here. It's by me and Joe Ball. We just wanted to create something different.
Mhm.
Like this is very much inspired by Michael Turner. We're both big Michael Turner
Mhm.
fans. Kind of want to bring beauty back into comics, and kind of the whole atmosphere, the kind of beautiful people he used to
Yeah.
draw, the kind of interesting settings he used to draw was all very elegant and very just kind of like, it wasn't your typical comic. So we're kind of using that vibe right there to tell our own little interesting story about this young girl who wakes up in a church in a small New England
Mhm.
town with no memory. And, thanks to the young man that you saw on the first page there, she ends up kind of trying to figure out who she
Oh,
is.
that sounds good.
Go from there.
Yeah, man. So yeah, you got a little bit of something different stories for everybody. Is kind of what it looks like. You like they're
Yeah,
not like all
yeah,
the same. So that sounds very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. That's why it was cool putting this together, and like really, kind of being able to play with all these different themes. So not one thing was the same as the other.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. So everybody, the link is down below in the description. Go check it out. This looks pretty cool. This looks great. And also, I mean, this is what you can get. What we got here, we got this. You can get it digitally, $10. That's rad. Let's see. We'll go through the perks here, or the I'm not the perks, but the actual reward. So to 24, what do you get for $25? You get the two copies of the book, two different variants.
Yeah, you get the colors, and you get the line art version of the book.
Okay.
So as a bundle, so 25 plus 5 shipping.
Yeah. This cover, dude, is so jam packed. It's like I'm glad you did a virgin cover. To be honest, man, because
Yeah,
it's like
yeah. No logos, nothing. Just kind of you get to like really enjoy
yeah,
it, and also like the line art does give it a different. As great as house colors are, it does give it a different feel. You could almost see
yeah,
more, more of like the full piece.
yeah.
The little intricacies of the art without any of like the blood spatter or anything. Just kind of more pure this
Mhm.
way, which I thought was really interesting. So yeah, you definitely, I have some. Andy Cooper did some GI Joe covers, and I just got the ones that he did in line art. And I thought they were really, really beautiful to
Yeah.
look at. So kind of like trying a little something different.
Yeah, I
Like I
almost
said.
feel like sometimes with certain books, it's like if you're gonna do a color, that's cool, do a color, but maybe offer some kind of maybe digital black and white variant, because it can
Mhm.
it can make a difference. Like it'll give you a different vibe uh of the
Yeah.
book itself. Omber Glitch, what's up, man? Nice to see you, dude.
What up, homie?
Yeah, Bloodbone is pretty fun to draw, dude. Because if you like, especially just like drawing like big like hulking dudes, Bloodbone's pretty rad, dude.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about a face. So you're like, hell yeah, dude.
You know, no, I think Bloodbone's gotten the most fan art of anything I've ever put out. Like people just love to draw Bloodbone. Like they're always like sketching him up. I'm like, hey, keep
Yeah,
it going.
he's a like I said, he's a fun character to draw, a nice warm-up character too. You know what I mean? You just want to warm up, draw yourself some Bloodbone, then you'll be good to do your other art for the rest of the day, man. Let's see here. We got the $10. So $10, we got the digital version, right? PDF.
Yep.
Cool,
Mhm.
cool, cool. That's great. And then Bloodbone Ashcan, that's a physical copy for 12, right?
So plus 5 shipping.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, man. And then let's see. And then just the comic itself is just a normal one is just $13 plus your shipping.
Yeah, 13 plus 5 shipping. This is US
Okay.
only. You know, so you know, I wanted to kind of make something more affordable, and kind of, you know, the international shipping is pretty insane.
It is.
So if it's just US only, then I could kind of bring down the shipping.
Mhm.
Like, so it's like 18 shipped for the book, which I think is pretty reasonable for like a 32-page comic with all these dope artists.
Yeah. That's not bad at all. You know, because we're the people kind of, I mean, printing comics is expensive. It costs money. You know, it's just, unfortunately, that's just a fact, man. You know, we wish we could sell them all for $5, but unfortunately, man,
Yeah.
especially for indie comics, dude, it's hard.
Yeah, there's a pretty big upfront cost, you know, not to mention like once you get to the shipping side.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, and you can get all three
so
here, for $32. That's
a
cool.
little bundle there. Yeah,
Is that also $5 shipping, or is that probably gonna be closer to 8?
I think that one's like
Okay,
6.
yeah, that's not bad at all, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Are you offering anything signed or anything like that?
I mean, I can sign it if people
There
would
you
like.
go, man. You add $5.
Yeah.
Buzz will sign it for you.
Yeah, just PayPal me $5.
Buy the guy a cup of coffee, man. He'll sign it for you. Oh, we got some original art tiers on here too, huh?
Yeah, we just made the first 4 pages of Blue Blaze original art by the great Joe Ball available.
Nice.
Yeah, like these are, anybody who's seen Joe's art knows, you know, these are 11 by
It's gonna look better in
17.
person.
The thick Bristol, you know, you could taste the sweat, the blood, the tears, all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
So, yeah, this is definitely worth it. This is I think really good value.
yes, especially you know, Joe stuff, since he's so like hyper detailed. You know, I feel like when you see it, like you see the stuff and it looks good, but I feel like Joe's art, if you saw it like in person, I feel like it'll be better. You know.
Yeah, like I own some of it. See if I can move the camera. If you can see right here.
Oh yeah,
that's cover Joe did for Ace Volume 1. Like the detail and all of that is insane.
Yeah, I can see all the little crackle, the Kirby crackle and stuff from here. Oh god,
exactly. Yeah, you trust me, these are beautiful pages. Like, you know, Joe's definitely channeling Turner here. You know, just trying to put as much beauty on the page as he can.
I like that, man. That's kind of what we need. I mean, I feel like with comics, sometimes it's you know, in the 90s it was cool, but it was almost like too much. Like it was like you too much you know, too much attitude. I can't think of a good word for it, but now I feel like with indie comics, you're bringing that stuff back. You're bringing the visual style and the aesthetic and the beauty back, but then also it's being combined with stories and with good stories that people, you know, that they care about, that they want to write and they want to tell, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'm not gonna highlight that. Omer Glitch, this guy. He's fucking guy. Art for the art contest. Oh, are you doing an art contest?
Yeah, we just announced we're doing the Drawing Aces art contest on Twitter. So the contest goes until September 22nd.
Okay.
All you have to do is use the hashtag Drawing Aces art contest. Put your piece up on Twitter. And I'll find it. And yeah, basically you can draw any Drawing Aces universe character that you like. Has to be only in line art or gray tones, no colors. Obviously no AI.
Yeah.
You can find my tweet on my page. But yeah, I'm opening it up to everybody. You know, winner gets $125 via PayPal, and then they also get the back cover of the book.
Oh, cool, man. Hell yeah.
Cool opportunity. Get your art spotlighted out there. You got until September 22nd. Everyone's welcome. Like I said, draw your favorite Drawing Aces character, however you like. And
Dude,
Try
that
and win it.
sounds
Like I said, we'll put it out. We'll make it. We'll make it. A democratic way. Only we'll let the people decide who wins. Whoever they like will win. I did run for the Ace Volume 2. I think it turned out pretty good. Jaro won, and he got his art on the inside back cover.
Nice.
So yeah.
Heck yeah, man. That's the way to do it. Yeah, I'm intrigued now.
You artists out there. Yeah. All you artists out there, you got time. You got a couple
man,
weeks.
dude, I feel like I never have any time, and it's like, damn it.
Nobody has time. Literally, all I did today was wake up, shower, get something to eat, work all day, get home, get something more to eat at night, and now I'm streaming. That's been my Thursday.
Yeah,
so.
we have the game store right now. We're splitting it, so we had 2 units. We had A and B, and we busted the wall down years ago, so we made it. We had A and B, and now somebody new bought the building, and rent's going up. I mean, they're doing a lot of improvements, which we're like, thank God, because we've had a leaky roof for probably about 4 years now. so it's great, but unit A, rent's gonna go up on all of them, and so it's like, oh well, I mean, I really don't need unit A, so we pretty much moved everything to unit B, and we've been just reorganizing everything, and then they put a wall up, so I had to be closed for the past 2 days. But those 2 days I've been at the store since 8 o'clock trying to reorganize and put up shelves, and so we can open tomorrow again. So it's just like, so yeah, I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah, never stops.
So I'm gonna there's a thing here. What do I got here? My daughter took my post-it notes. I want to put a note on that to when that thing is due, because I do want to enter that. That is, what's the date on that contest?
September 22nd is the due date.
Oh yeah, that should plenty of time.
Yeah, you got some time. So,
all right, cool. I got my little note thing here. I'll put that up there. Awesome, man. Yeah, I want to jump on that. I say the characters that you have, man, I think they're pretty cool. I think you got a variety of them. I could see, especially drawing, like you have the Ace that has all like the tech stuff on them. You have Bloodbone if you like to draw big dudes. If you like to draw like medieval, like Conan. You have the Raid of the White Leopard crew, and then you have Xavier if you want to do it's like he looks like Superman on the street level, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely kind of more bare bones, kind of like more. It was also like a 1950s look into like more kind of current time.
Yeah. So you got a eclectic group of characters here, which is pretty cool. And I feel like, I mean, if I had to guess, as you'll have like, so you have your Raid of the White Leopard. That's kind of your Conan. You have your Ace, which is kind of like your sci-fi. I get a Star Wars Boba Fett vibe from him, which is cool, which is good. So you have kind of like a sci-fi space, space thing going on with Ace is cool, and then you have like Bloodbone, which makes me think of like maybe like a Daredevil or like a Luke Cage type street level stuff. And then we'll see with Xavier how he does, because I can see doing, especially if he's like Superman, you're doing more fantastical things that you could draw with him, if we can lift in trains or something, you know what I mean? You could do all types of neat stuff with him.
Yeah, definitely the power scale for Xavier is definitely going to be higher than even every other character, which is again another interesting thing to kind of play with and do.
Yeah. So I like your the different type of characters that you have here. Like I said, you almost got something here for everybody. If you like different types of stories, I think you'll find something here. And definitely, if you haven't got the ashcan, I feel like the tier that gives you everything, I feel like that's freaking reasonable, man. Especially you get 3 physical copies, which is cool. And worst case, if you don't need 2, I mean, keep the black and white one, give the color one away, keep the color one, give the other one to a friend, man. Why not?
Yeah, you could easily go in half with somebody else and be like, we'll just split it, save us
just call dibs on the Bloodbone ashcan too. Be like, I get the Bloodbone ashcan, man. So we got 52 days to go. Cool. So yeah, we just started, man. We just kicked this thing off. So I think this is cool.
It's just been a week, so yeah, just trying to get out there more. Got a bunch of streams lined up for the next couple of weeks. Nice. So making the rounds with everybody.
How many you plan on doing? As many as you can. If you had to like ballpark,
Basically, I'm still hitting up people now.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, just looking at my
Like
list here
30
is
to probably
one,
around
two.
30. I'm gonna estimate 30 probably. Maybe might be more.
I got like 15 lined
Okay, there
up.
you go. Hell yeah, dude.
And like I said, I'm still reaching out to people. So some other people, I'm just waiting on a date and stuff. So
Cool,
yeah.
man. So let's talk about, so this is your seventh book that you're putting out.
Mhm.
It had to come from somewhere. Like, where's the idea where you're like, hey man, like, you know what? I think I can do my own books. Like, what got the bug in your ear to be like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself because I want to tell these stories. Like, what kind of kick? Let's start with that. What made you make the decision that you wanted to do comic books?
I mean, I dreamt of doing comic books since I was young. You know, when I discovered by like 90, discovered the X-Men, discovered Spider-Man, you know, this little corner store where I lived. Yeah, that kind of changed my life, man. I really just became obsessed with it,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, I dreamt of being an artist, you know, working in the Marvel bullpen,
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff, you know, but just never really had the talent to match the want,
Mhm.
you know. So by the time I graduated high school, you know, it was clear that wasn't the path. But you know, I've always been somebody who's been creative, and you know, fast forward all these years later, about like 2016, 2017, you know, you discovered kind of this new indie
Mhm.
scene where you got all these guys, you know, kind of DIY. You know, they're making their own books. We had these crowdfunding sites that, you know, just kind of gave an open entry to
Mhm.
people. I ended up becoming friends with different artists and creators, and kind of seeing them put stuff together firsthand.
Yeah.
But that made it real to me. Like I'm thinking, like, there's nothing like if my buddy here is putting out his own book. You know, yeah, he's an artist, but you know, like I know artists. You know, like I've met artists now. Like
Mhm.
that wasn't really available when I was back in high school. You know, like I didn't know any artists except for a couple of people who like to draw. You know, but nobody was really doing it in like a serious
Mhm.
level. Uh, so getting to meet guys like, you know, Sim, Ibai Canales, Joe, all these awesome artists, Sweens. I met him early on. You know, getting commissions from them, working with them on some different pieces, and then you know that really inspired me to come up with my own story, and that was what the beginnings of the
Mhm.
Ace. You know, the Ace is very much modeled after a book called Dark Hawk.
Dude,
That
I
Marvel
love
put
Dark
out.
Hawk in the
Yeah,
beginning, dude.
Dark Hawk,
Yeah, if I
amazing. First 25
yeah.
issues, I always tell people go track them down. Fantastic
Dude,
book,
ahead
amazing
of its
right?
time, dude. If you think about
Yeah,
it, like Dark Hawk, if you came up with Dark
totally.
Hawk now, you could easily like do a manga or anime or
Mhm.
something of it because
Yeah,
the premise of it was so damn cool, you know. And you had like the
yeah,
different Dark Hawks and shit, and it's oh yeah, dude.
yeah, yeah. It is incredible. So yeah, it's a huge inspiration, and I had a different artist lined up, like I said, you know, but he had you know, family issues and stuff, and that's when I reached out to Canales, who'd already drawn
Mhm.
Ace. You know, he'd done like an awesome Ace piece, and you know, I gave him the pitch, and he was down with it. And then you know, that was just like that. You know, like off we go. You know, the script had already been done. Everything was already kind of set up where I felt comfortable with it, and we just started
Mhm.
working. And you know, Canales, you know, did a great job helping me kind of, you know, guide everything to the first issue. And you know, it was all completely done by the time I launched the
Mhm.
Indiegogo. Uh, you know, we got fully lettered. Like I said, I met a letterer, you know, like, and we just kind of, we would just get on like a StreamYard, and then we would just go over each page and be like, no, move the bubble here, move this, move
Mhm.
that. It was very, very, you know, collaborative process, and we got it all lettered up. You know, we got everything set up, and you know, Ace was born and got funded, and then it got shipped out to people,
Nice.
and you know, that whole process took probably like a year and a half.
Mhm.
You know, and then you know, once you get that first one, you get that first taste. You know, just want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So they got, you know, people want to know what happens next in Ace. So you got to tell that story, and then you get these other ideas. I want to write a Viking book, and like
Mhm.
you know, there's one thing relates to another, man. Just how it is, how it's been the last six
Yeah,
years,
that's
man.
awesome, man. Because you're building a name for yourself. You're building a library of things that you have done, and I think that's and so people start getting comfortable when they know you're gonna put stuff out because you've been successful. You know, I think sometimes, especially in now, like in modern crowdfunding, it's hard, or I feel like people are less trustworthy when they're gonna do something. Now, do you
Yeah.
usually always have your books majority like are they always done? Are they 80% done, or before you throw them
Yeah.
up there?
Usually no less than like 80,
Mm,
85% done. I like to have, just see an end goal, so like with the anthology, there's 3 pages of art that need to be
mm.
done. But it's only like one full page that needs to be drawn. The other 2 just have to be kind of
Yeah, yeah.
reworked. Then you got like 6, I'd say probably 6 that need to be
Mhm.
lettered. And that's
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah.
like my letter is quick. Once we get everything down, we can get that lettered up, and then then you start proofreaders and all that stuff, and making sure everything looks good, and there's no editing issues, and then send out the proof, and then start ordering
Mhm.
comics. And just so how the process goes has been going. So nothing
That's
new.
awesome, man. That's awesome. Like I say, you have a nice library of works now. You have you've been proven, you've been tested, and I think that goes a long way, especially in today's landscape, to where it's like we're all trying to save money. We're all trying to scrape nickels together, man. So when you see something that you like made by somebody that you can depend on, that you don't mind giving them your money because they're proven, and especially something as cool as like
Yeah.
a comic book. That's something you can always
Yeah.
take off the shelf and read over and over again, and you know
Yeah, like I say, there's nothing like when you have your book
yeah,
in your hand. It's like I keep most of mine pretty close by, so I'll thumb through them and be like, proud of the
yeah,
work. It's like one of these things where like trying to make each book, like you see growth, and I think that's something anybody who bought Ace Volume 1 saw growth for Volume 2 and saw like growth for Volume
yeah,
3, and like I said, anybody who will read that Bloodbone ashcan when they get Bloodbone #1, the official. They're gonna be like,
uh,
"Whoa!" Their eyes are about to pop out of their heads because it's gonna be insane. And then try to make each book better. And like I said, I think the pages in this anthology will be really really good. Like the Savior pages, I think Raphael did a great job with
mhm.
those. Joe's art on Blue Blaze is like I said, really beautiful. Definitely channeling Michael Turner. And yeah, you got a little something for everybody in
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. I find out like when I did my 2 ash cans, like I get towards the end of the process, and I'm like, let me just lay it out, and I just want to print it so I can hold it. Like I get antsy towards the end, and so
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, and I'm like, fuck it, print it, print it already.
Gotta At some point you gotta say it's
Yeah.
done. Like literally, I worked on Ace, and after a point, I was like, "What are you
Mhm.
working on? It's done. All right, Indiegogo, let's go." Like I just had to like, let's
And I
go.
think
Like once the book is done, it's
I
done.
think that's something that people have to understand in with indie comics too, man. It's like it's called independent comics for a reason. You know what I mean? We're kind of amateurs. We're kind of working on our stuff. We're honing the craft. It's not a race, it's a marathon. And you just as long as you keep
Yeah,
getting better and better and you're showing promise, like I think that's the way to go. You can
yeah,
I know some people are waiting for, I have kids come into my store and they're like, I want to do a manga or I'm going to do a webtoon. And this is the art that I have this person doing. And I have this, but or like, I want to draw it myself, but I'm not that good and I don't think I'm ready yet. And then they'll show me some of their stuff. I'm like, dude, this isn't bad. Like, dude, the way to do it is just do it. Especially if you're just
yeah,
putting something on a webtoon or Global Comics or something that you can put out for free. Just go ahead and just do it because you're never going to be ready. You're never ready.
you gotta get put in the fire. That's the only way
Yeah.
you'll learn, man.
Yeah.
Like trust me, like never would have imagined the half the stuff I'd be
Mhm.
doing as a creator, but just kind of throw your feet
Yeah.
first, Got to jump in
Yeah.
feet first,
And
That's the only way to
it's
do
like
it.
I'm trying to think who said it. And it's an analogy that I've been hearing lately, but it's like, you have I think it was like a pottery class. Yeah, the professor said, listen, I want you guys, you split the class. All right, I want you guys to do one pot. I want you to work on one pot the whole year. You guys, I want you to work I want you to bang out pots, as many as you can. And at the end of the year, what happened? The guys who were doing all the volume, their pots were better than the guys that were working on one pot. You know what I mean? Or it was a painting or
Yeah,
whatever you want to, whatever analogy you want to use. You could apply that towards anything. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Yeah, completely.
Just do it, and just by doing it and by repetition, you get better. I see some of these guys, and they're putting out
Yeah.
book after book after book, and it's like, dude, each one, as long as each one's getting better and you're improving, well, then yeah, that's that's the way it's reps, man. It's like lifting weights. You
Yeah.
can't just sit there and think about doing like one movement and then you do the movement. That's it. No, man, you got to go and fucking just keep lifting, man.
Keep hitting them, man. Every day, just keep
Yeah,
lifting.
man. So, dude, this is cool, man. I like the characters that you got. I think the art contest is a great idea. The price point you have, I think the price point is spot on. You're not charging $30 for one book that's 20 pages. It's I think you get value for what you have, and you got a little something for everybody, dude. So just a quick reminder, everybody, the link below. We got the Kickstarter up there. Come check it out. What do you think was the first comic that you read, or maybe let's expand it to just media in general, that made you want to tell stories? If you could remember, if that you could pinpoint something that really like that influenced me, that I want to make my own stories.
I mean, to me, it was discovering X-Men. My first book was actually, I think it was called Superior Foes of Spider-Man, something along that lines. It was like a 4-part miniseries where Spider-Man fought like Beetle, Hydro, bunch of different enemies and stuff. It was really fun. But like I said, once I discovered like X-Men, like Los Portacio's art, like the way he drew Storm, Bishop, Archangel, Colossus. It literally was like, I didn't know comics could be.
Yeah, was that like the uncanny stuff?
Yeah. Uncanny X-Men. I think the first one I got was 283. So it's just after they had relaunched, Jim had launched X-Men #1, and then Wells took over. I think he took over 281-ish around there for gold and blue teams.
Yeah. I remember like the Bishop.
Yeah, I just devoured those, man. Yeah, that first Bishop storyline was insane. And then obviously a little later got caught up on the mainline X-Men with Jim Lee and all that stuff, and just like that was it, man. That was the hook to me. Like X-Men just changed everything. And to this day, it still has like such a huge influence. I think that's how comic books should be done. I think it really has captured everything at the purest way possible. I think like the characters were incredible. They were just not only interesting characters, they were great looking characters. They had great costumes. The art was fantastic. They had like a family feel, almost like this kind of like, kind of begrudging family of like there was tension there, but you knew they were good guys, and they had like awesome rogues. And just like I felt like every issue just got better and better, and you just like got hooked more into the storylines. And so like I hold X-Men in the 90s, probably till about like 95, 96 at the highest order of just like how comic books could be at their best.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how long I was in, because it's the same thing too, man. X-Men, Jim Lee's X-Men was just like Jim, and then you had I want to say Andy Kubert took over after. And then while that was going on, Adam, I think, was doing Wolverine. So like that peak of like that early the early 90s stuff where you had Silvestri on Wolverine, Jim Lee on X-Men. Dude, I think I came in when Jim Lee started on Uncanny X-Men, and it was the cover. I think it was when they were doing the Shi'ar Empire arc, and they had the cover with Wolverine, and he's holding Professor X, and Professor X is on the floor. And I was like, dude, what is this? Like, I have to, I gotta buy this.
Like, there's this I think it's called X-Men cover or something like that. There's this guy on Twitter who always posts X-Men covers. And I'm always like just quote tweeting and be like, look at this, man. Look at these. This is how it should be, man. When I used to go to a little corner store, because I didn't have a comic book shop until probably like 99, 2000. Like, so this is, every time I'd go to grocery stores and little corner stores, anywhere that would have them, like, look at those X-Men covers, man. Like, they literally just like, they grab you. Like, you don't have to focus on anything else. These covers one after the other. And sometimes he'll post like, the issues 5 through 10, and you'll see like, as a kid, man, look at the stuff we were getting. Like, this is just like the coolest covers in the world, and the inside art was just as good. Like, That's another thing that's missing, man. Covers that grab you. Like, I'll stop by a comic shop here and there. I don't really have a close one, so it's not like,
Mhm.
you know, but, you know, every once in a while I'll stop by and I'll just look at the covers and I'll be like, what are these covers
Well, they
for?
used to
Like,
like
there's
promote.
nothing like
Yeah, they used to
yeah,
promote like what was inside. You're like, holy shit, I gotta buy this,
mhm,
dude. You know, Wolverine versus Omega Red. Like, what's this shit? Like, I gotta buy this. You know, oh, what's that? X Force. Yeah, X Force at the time too, man. Was Juggernaut and Spider Man in a book, dude? Like, I gotta buy
Spider-
this. And now it's just like they're all
yeah,
about like variant covers, and they're all just pinups. And I don't think they want to. They never say what's in the comic anymore. When they used to do like the
and
cool, like you remember that X-Men
mhm,
font that they would do in like in a circle, and they
mhm,
would do like
yeah,
that cool font, and they would
yeah,
tell you like, you know, oh now he faces wow Omega Red, or with the return
yeah.
enter
Yeah, like
Magneto.
the issue where Ghost
Yeah.
Rider and the X-Men team up, that's like the greatest thing
You're
ever,
just like
man. They were just staring
you're
at
like,
it like,
what?
'cause,
Yeah.
you know, like I didn't have any Ghost Rider back when I do. Like, there were certain books like Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, Captain America, almost no Avengers
Mhm.
books. Where I was from for like a couple of years until eventually started. So to see like Ghost Rider team with the
Yeah.
X-Men, like I only read little blurbs of
Mhm.
Ghost Rider. And then you got Ghost Rider teaming with the
I feel
X-Men.
like you came
What?
out of left field too
Like,
for that. You're like, what
yeah,
the
it's just like it was so awesome. Like, you just like, and another thing I crow about today is it's just like, what are these costume designs, man?
hell?
Like, what are we doing
I don't
here?
know.
Like, I saw like a Will's Portacio X-Men cover that made me want to just cry. He's drawing these terrible Gambit and, you know, these terrible X-Men suits, and I'm just like, no, you got Wills. Have him draw the classic
Yeah.
X-Men. That's what you want to see.
Oh
You see
man.
these terrible costumes they
Just
got
go
on
back to
now.
the red and blue,
And
man.
like,
And even it's half the
yeah,
time
it's like
too. Like
literally, you know, like the yellow, the yellow and blue, the
yeah, that's what I
classic
mean.
kind
Yeah,
of like
the red, yellow, and blue.
nondescript
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, yeah. That's classic
Yeah, it's
X-Men
like
stuff. You know, anybody, it was cool seeing how they would adapt the yellow and blue, you know, but some
yeah,
people didn't make sense. Gambit's outfit never made any fucking sense to me, man. like,
mm,
like I'm an X-Man. It's like you wear a coat and you're pink and
yeah,
like, all right, man, sure, dude. With metal boots with knee pads, like, all right, man, sure. Like,
mhm,
but then you have like classic, like you have like Forge. I think some of those guys like Forge,
yeah. Ford
dude,
Banshee
in the
always
yellow
looks
and
awesome.
blue, dude, is like,
Yeah,
bro, that's iconic, man.
insane. Yeah.
Like that's iconic. Like I know they would make you know Cyclops or other stuff, but I don't know if any of his stuff was as good as that 90s X-Men with the little X
Mhm,
on the chest and the strap with pouches. Who knows
mhm.
what was in there, but
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
know.
It
I don't
was
know if
cool.
anything would be, and I don't think any costume is better than that, to be honest. Like it's tough. You think the people would kind of build on that, but yeah, I don't know. I
Mhm.
haven't picked up an X-Men book in such a long time. Um,
Yeah, it's a shame because like they have good artists. Like Neto's a good artist, but they give them the worst designs. These characters just there's nothing about them that's cool
yeah,
anymore. Like X-Men was the cutting edge of cool. Like the way even when they dressed in street clothes, they
yeah,
were cool.
yeah,
Like there's nothing cool about these heroes now. They're just
yeah. They don't
miserable.
want them to be cool. They don't
And,
want to be sexy. They don't want them to be. I
yeah,
mean, that's what I'm guessing. You know, and I don't know if
yeah,
if it's just the writing. Maybe the writing's not good. Maybe I don't know. I almost feel like maybe you should just like lease it out. Like, hey, who wants to do
yeah.
X-Men? All right, I'll you
Might
know what
as
I mean?
well.
I'll lease the property for you, and you can do your own X-Men. You know, that's separate.
Yeah, might as well.
That's
Like, because there's nothing going on. Like, I mean, X-Men was the market. You're talking about the number one
mhm.
book for over a decade, 15 years. They've turned that into just
Yeah,
another
like
book,
nobody,
into like a 40 to 50,000 selling book. That's
man.
it. That was not X-Men. You're talking about the number one book for like 15
Mhm,
years. You know, every once in a while they get topped off. They got knocked out for something like Watchmen or like Dark Knight
mhm.
Returns, and then you go back to
Yeah,
X Men. X Men going back to number
mhm.
one because they were the market, and there's no semblance of
This
anything
also was the
like that
X-Men was the
anymore.
blueprint. I feel like X-Men was the blueprint for a team book.
Yeah.
You know, I think doing a
Hmm.
team with interesting characters and stuff, you know, X-Men and the Candy X-Men, and then later X-Force, but I think more so X-Men, like, you know, from that Jim Lee, Will Spataccio, that era, I feel they were like, this is the X-Men. this is how you do a team book with different characters and how they interact with each other, and because you want to make it interesting, so you want to kind of put all these interesting characters together and then see how, like, Cyclops is like googling Psylocke, like, hey girl, and she's like, and she knows about it because she's a telepath too, dog. So so you're like, oh, okay, and then Jean Grey is like, what's going on over here, Scotty? He's like, oh, nothing, man. Like, you just the little like, I guess you could call it drama that you have, but it was never annoying drama. It was always like cool, or make you like smile, or two characters didn't like each other, but then they get stuck with each other, and then or like Sabretooth. Sabretooth is can't remember who the hell he is, but they're keeping him at the X Mansion. Oh shit, like Wolverine wants to kill the guy, but they had like cool dynamics, I think, and now they kind of lost the dynamics, and it's like everything that I pick up is just like, dude, I don't care. I don't care about none of this stuff.
Just like, I just thumbed through the issues and just like, there's nothing here for me.
I don't know. I think I'm trying to think of any of the modern stuff that I've read lately, and I tried the Ultimate Spider-Man that they re-released and they redid, and it was an interesting premise with Spider-Man having kids and stuff, and it was like an alternate Spider-Man, and I was like, okay, well, let's see how that goes. And I think I got 3 issues in, and I it didn't hold my attention. But also, comics are expensive, dude. Like, oh, bro, like, I'm trying to keep it under $20. I get $5, and it's just like, what?
Yeah, like, I'll pay the $5, but it has to grab me. It has to be like, I remember, like, last thing I was reading regular was probably Jeff Johns' Green Lantern. Like, I'd pay for that. Like, whatever you want every month, I'll pay for that because it's quality. So people pay for the quality, but if you're just churning out stuff that has no heart, just nothing, the people don't care. I think
it's also I think the trade paperback thing kind of changed stuff now with trade paperbacks. I don't think they care about floppies as much, but even I would assume that you would want to make a good story so you can get a decent trade paperback and people can get it, because that's what I'll do. I'll go back and be like, oh, Danny Warren Johnson did Betty Ray Bill, dude. Like, I always loved the idea of Betty Ray Bill, but I never had any of his comics. Well, let me buy the Betty Ray Bill, Danny Warren Johnson, and it's fucking badass. And it's like, cool, man. I got the whole collection right here. I'll put it on my bookshelf, and anytime I want to look at it, I go just grab it and look at it, But it's like, I don't know if they don't care about. It's like they don't care about floppies, but those floppies become trades anyway, so it's.
Yeah, and floppies are the market.
So that's what's gonna get the news.
Even if you don't really care about it, you still gotta try and do something. Try and move some copies. You don't want just the few comic book stores that are left to be drowning in these terrible issues. I mean, basically everything from the past 15 years is all 25-cent bins.
Yeah,
like there's no value to the last decade of comics.
Unless it's like indie stuff. Yeah. And even then, it's like, it's I'm trying to think what was the last thing I was reading that I was doing. Oh, what the hell was it called? It was a cool, like, it was like robots. It's called Robots. There were robots and they were freaking driving. They were like racing. It was cool as shit. And it was like this crazy, like, steampunk freaking Blade Runner world. Oh man, what the hell was it called? Because I haven't went to this comic shop in a long time, and the art is like freaking outstanding. And that's just like a guy. He's Image, but I think, Image, you'd be like, here's my story and here's my art, and then they'll publish it for you. But
basically, like,
but it was like, dude, I can't remember what the hell that was called, but it was so good. And then Headlopper was like, it's probably the latest, modern thing that I keep up with. But then I just wait for the trades to come out, and I think he releases them a little bit in the floppies, but I think he mainly does like, all right, here's volume 5. It's like, all right, cool, because that's what he's doing. He's working on this. Andrew McLean is working on volume 5 of Headlopper right now, and seeing these, these different art styles and these different, independent stuff. That's where you get the interesting stuff. I feel it's like independent guys doing the stuff that they care about. But yeah, I mean, floppies, I feel, would bring new people in, but then then people go crazy on manga. So it's like, what's that formula? Like, what do you think what that formula is to try and get that manga crowd, or just to grab maybe new readers like manga? You think the anime brings them into the manga market, or you think it's more the manga bringing them to the anime market?
Yeah, I don't think it's the same market. Yeah. So I don't think you can work comics. Traditional American comics are completely different than the manga. You can't treat it the same. I think there's been a lot of mistakes. They've tried to be like, well, let's just copy what manga does.
Yeah.
No, Western American comic fans don't like that.
Yeah.
I speak for myself. I don't like any manga influence in my Western
Mhm.
comics. Like that's not something that interests
Do you
me.
think
So
maybe more of a European style might grab them? Maybe. Because
maybe.
we got to do. I feel like American comics on our end. Because I mean, in the end of the day, comics are kind of comics. You're still, you're still telling the story through sequential images, and you're giving it in a book form. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, okay, is it the manga? I think it's more than the format. Maybe they feel they're getting more bang for their buck because it's a thick book, because those things get published and shown in Jump or whatever every week or every 2 weeks, and they just collect them and put them in a fat little book. Maybe it's the size, maybe that they feel they're getting more bang for their money. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe we just got to do bigger, because I don't like manga in terms of like the format, because
Yeah.
the size. I mean, they're kind of cute,
Mhm.
and I get whether you just put them in your bag and whatever, but if I get a manga, I'll get like a Ghost in the Shell. I'll get the big hardcover, like Ghost in the
Yeah.
Shell. I won't get the little manga thing. So I'm wondering if it's like, is it the format that people like? Is it because there's shows? Maybe it's the shows that people watch, and they watch the show on Crunchyroll, and then maybe go buy the comic. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to do badass comics about or badass shows about the comics, or maybe badass comics about the shows, maybe, or something like that. Because it's almost like, I think part of it was like when you watch the Batman Adventure show, or like, when you watch the Batman animated series show, like as a kid, I wouldn't go buy the comic book. I'd go buy the real Batman comic book, because I felt like the doing a cartoon comic was kind of lame. I wanted the real Batman comic, but I love the animated
Yeah.
show. But now I think
Mhm.
maybe young people now, they love the show. They want to read more about the comic book about like that show. Maybe that's the way to go.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, they gotta try something, man. Something's got to change. The market can't sustain being at this level.
Hmm.
So
I mean, maybe it's possible, do a cartoon and then do filler comics for the cartoon, do side stories and stuff. Maybe that's something that we need to realize as a Western audience. Maybe do something like that. Do some kind of floppies that are side quests or side whatever. Because I think that's what happens. I think the kids get into the anime and then they go buy the manga, because the manga tells you more
yeah.
than the show. So they like to see what
Mhm.
does the show tell you compared to the manga, and the manga will go deeper into a lot of stuff than the show. So maybe that's it. Maybe as us the Westerners have to do like a cool ass show for something, like just to say, like, let's say Arcane, for example. You do a show like Arcane, but then you have comics based in that universe of the other characters doing other stuff. You know, maybe that's the
Yeah.
way to go. But then again, that's a lot of coordination too. But
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know, just an idea. I mean, even the movies too. It's like maybe we need to do comics on the movies, but then you have to have the character look like the actors.
Yeah.
Unless you just make it like a cartoon.
Yeah. We saw like the MCU didn't save
It's
Marvel.
something totally different, man. They're two totally.
Yeah.
The merchandise is different. The stories are different. It's almost like, okay, well, what are they gonna adapt? But I don't know. Maybe that was the mistake, is not doing comic books in that universe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, we got to do something, or just be like, all right, like lease it out to somebody. I think that's kind of where we're at that point. So where if there's a team or a studio or like a creative something, somebody that wants to be like, hey, let me lease, let me it's not lease. There's a better term for it. You know what I mean? Where you get the property
Yeah.
and you do whatever you want with it. Let me license it. Let me license the property,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
do my own story, and I'm gonna license it for 10
Mm.
issues. Okay, cool. Here you license Spider-Man, and then now you can have anybody, but like, okay, cool. I license Spider-Man. I'm gonna tell a Spider-Man story. and then Marvel gets X amount of, a cut of whatever, but then they promote it, and they can publish it too. So, I almost feel like every once in a while they need to start over, but they did it with Ultimate, and I don't know how Ultimate Spider-Man and I heard the Ultimate ones are pretty good. Ultimate X-Men and Ultimate Wolverine, I heard they were okay, but they're not like, people aren't really talking about them like these young people aren't,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a conundrum. It's like, what the hell can we do to make comics cool again?
Look, man, right now I'm just worried about John Ace's Comics Group Anthology.
Yeah.
Marvel's kind of made their bet.
Yeah.
So let them lie in it. Yeah.
Think about it though. It's like if the Marvel and DC aren't doing that great, I feel like everybody suffers. Like I think maybe Marvel needs to. Marvel's like the Marvel and DC. They're the Coke and Pepsi. They bring people. You need something to bring the people in, so they come to the shops. There has to be something that comes to the shop. Yeah. Or maybe they just need to be like, hey man, fucking A's, and they need to grab manga and everything and just fucking put it together. This is A. Here's your mangas. Here's just comics. They need to put them all together. That's what they need to do. They need to cross-pollinate. If you have a bookstore and you have A's, just put all the A comics and mangas fucking together. And the B's, just put them all fucking together. Stop segregating them. And so they can cross-pollinate and people see cool shit and then maybe they buy it. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe segregation is still bad, everybody.
Yeah.
We've been going for about an hour. Edwin, do you prefer Edwin or you prefer Buzz? What do you like? I know you just got Buzz, so
I'm good, man. Edwin, Ace, Buzz,
okay.
whatever.
We'll do Buzz, man, because that's your Twitter handler now. So where can we got the link to the Kickstarter? Where can we follow more of your stuff, Buzz?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Buzz Acevedo. That's the number one spot where I post anything related to any of my campaigns or any news, any art contest, anything you want to know. If you want to get in contact with me about anything, you can always message me. So yeah, that's the spot.
Oh yeah. And we have, let's see how long we got. Let's share that one more time here. Oh man, I think I closed it by accident. Son of a gun. I'm gonna have to go to my own video and click on the link. There we go. Let's share that here with the people one more time. Let's catch up while I'm doing that stuff because we're having a good conversation, and they, also the chat has been having a good conversation too, which is great. We still have Omer Glitch in here and Jason Bascom. Angela, what's up, Angela? Always nice to see you. Cranberry just showed up. Cranberry, you're late. Always nice to see Cranberry, dude. Oh, did I put it away? Cranberry sent me a Frazetta book, dude. He had an extra copy. I just cleaned my desk up.
That's a great gift right there.
Dude. I looked. I came in yesterday and I looked at it last night. Cranberry, dude, it's bad. It's line art. It's all line art. It's all pencils and inks. That's all. And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need.
It's really cool. And it was put together by his granddaughter and stuff, which was cool. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. Let's share this. Shazam. Again, on Kickstarter. We'll go through the tiers. This is a 6-story, right? 6 stories in it.
Yeah, 6 stories. You have the main 5 plus a secret 6 story. Nice. That's in the book. So we're gonna let people discover that, as they go through it. So
cool. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's play this trailer again, man. I don't want to make it big the whole time this time. That's a good one, man.
Yeah.
We'll go over the options here one more time. So you can have the $25 gets you both, right? You have the
You get both the liner and the colored version of the comic.
the whole comic is black and white though, right?
Yep. 32 pages, black and white, 6 short
Yeah,
stories.
man. You get a PDF for $10. That's not bad at all. You get the Bloodbone ashcan for $12. You can get the color. Here's the color one, just a color one for $13. Black and white one for $13. Of course, that does this for about $5 shipping on those. Yeah, that's not bad at all. And then you can get all three. So you get the black and white cover, the color cover, and your ashcan of Bloodbone for $32 plus shipping. Man, that's great. This is all U.S. only.
Yep, U.S. only. We wanted to make it more affordable on this one, so I said probably if we do different versions, we might open it up to international. But it's getting expensive, so I feel weird about charging more for the shipping than I do for the book.
But worst case, if you're out of the country, just get the PDF. Get a digital version, man. You can support that way. And then we got original art tiers by Joe Ball here.
Yes, or 4 pages of Blue Blaze by Joe Ball are available in the campaign right now.
Awesome. Cool. And you got 52 days to go. So go ahead and make sure that link is down below. Make sure you click on it, check it out. If you can't get it now, put that bookmark it and grab it next payday.
Yeah. And I did want to mention also today's the last day. You have a couple more hours. I did a special exclusive print for all first week backers.
Okay.
So tonight, midnight Pacific, that ends. It's actually in the update, the first update I put in the campaign there.
Cool. Is that this one or right here?
No, that's the second one. The first one.
Yeah, look at that.
Awesome.
Dan Plagle.
Art print by Dan Plagle. Colors by Marcos Martin. So anybody who backed so far will get this exclusive print of Alga from Raider of the White Leopard.
Dude, that's cool. That's sweet. Yeah, Dan's a great guy. He's a great artist too.
Fantastic artist, man. I actually own the original of this. Beautiful, like just the line art. That dude's so talented. I'm happy to finally get this out to people.
Awesome. Well, Buzz, I want to thank you for coming in, man, and chatting. It's been a great time. It's nice catching up. Always nice to see you. Make sure, again, link is in the description. Follow Buzz on Twitter, and looking forward to more stuff from you. And like I said, this is his 7th book, so he's going to fulfill. He's going to get it done.
That's right. 6 for 6 in fulfillment. So you got your books.
I haven't heard any complaints. So, dude, congratulations, dude. You're doing a great job, man.
Thank you, brother.
And with that said and done, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to hit the